The first music recordings happened around the turn of the 19th to 20th centuries when the gramophone and phonograph were invented. At the time that those devices, first the phonograph was invented by Edison and the gramophone was invented by Emil Berliner. At that time, they created these machines to do recordings, but nobody really knew what those machines were going to be used for. So the thing that people thought this would be used for was to record people's voices, to have a record of what a person sounded like. So they envisioned it the same way as a photograph. If I take a picture of a photograph, or if I take a photograph of a person, that person dies, I can still always show what that person looks like. There was no parallel to that for sound. So that was kind of the initial thought that this thing would be used. They started selling the devices, and they soon found that when they sold them, the thing that people liked to hear on them was actually music. So it's not till later that they began producing music to be played on either the phonograph or the gramophone. And later, as this process is going on, they realized, well, people don't need more than one gramophone. And if I'm a gramophone manufacturer, nobody's going to keep coming and buying gramophones, especially since technology was made better back then than it is today. It lasts longer. There's not the same kind of planned obsolescence. So then the question becomes, well, how does a gramophone company make money? They make money off of selling things to play on the gramophone. So that gives people a reason to buy the gramophone at the same time that it gives extra revenue to the gramophone company. And the term that record label comes from is the different gramophone companies printed their names on the label. And so that became the term record label, whoever the gramophone manufacturers were. And over time they figured, oh, we can just keep producing more music. People will buy music and put that music on, or buy the music to play on the gramophone or phonograph. And eventually they realized that this could be a big moneymaker for them. At the same time, they recognized that they could only sell so many gramophones, even if they brought the price down and they got more families that might be poorer to purchase the gramophone. No one really needed more gramophones than one in their household. The same way when the television was invented, people had one television in their living room and that was it. And it was a big deal to have two. So why would you need more than one gramophone? So they focused on selling music.